Hey there. Hope you're having a beautiful day so far. And just wanted to shoot this video because it's just been something that's been getting asked to me a lot. Because a lot of the brands that we reach out to are a little concerned about why we even do all of this and why we're giving so much for free. And to be fair, some of my own team is a little bit concerned about why do I even want to give so much for free, right? Why am I taking calls with these brands that sometimes aren't even qualified just to help them, right? So, before I get into why I'm doing this, let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is KV. I'm the founder here at LaunchX Digital. I've been in this space since I was like 15, and I'm about to be 22 very, very soon. So it's been a little while since I've been doing all this stuff, right? But I basically made this business here to help out e-commerce brand owners and just not be like the typical company that they've dealt with, right? Not be like a contractor, not be like a typical agency, right? So yeah, that's basically what we do. And the topic of just giving, right? The topic of giving. Um, the first one I want to do is I want to talk quickly to everyone on my team, right? Because I'm pretty sure that I've shared this over to my team as well. So to everyone on my team, the reason that we give from a business standpoint, number one is to simply have people talk about us in a positive respect, right? Because your reputation, the way people speak about you, is very, very, very important, right? And we put our money where our mouth is, and you know that, you know, um, because you're on my team. But the reason why we give so much for free, right? For example, a lot of you guys have also commented on the fact that I actually jump on these calls with these brands that aren't qualified. And why is that? The reason that for that is simply it's my goal to be able to give them what they need to become qualified for what we're doing, right? So um, I don't mind going to them and just opening up everything and being able to tailor all of our like frameworks and all that stuff to them and their situation and what they're trying to do, right? And just be able to give them some tips here and there based on the problems that we solve with our clients, and be able to give them some info on that as well, right? The first thing is this, right? Um, uh, we gain so much goodwill uh, over time, and then of course when they actually go ahead and use our free information, they can then go ahead, they'll see that what we're saying does work. And if they can implement it, then just imagine how well we can implement it, being that we're the ones that actually told them what to do, right? Completely for free as well, right? So if our free stuff is better than what most typical contractors and agencies do after they get paid thousands, then it's obviously going to put us much further up, right? So that's one of the bigger things, one of the bigger reasons why we do this. And of course, I've been a failing business owner in the past for a long time, and I wish someone would have just come through and gave me everything I needed, even if in the back of their head they had like um, a selfish a business um, business related goal behind it, right? To eventually gain my trust and all that stuff, and be able to be like, look, this works. Come over here, blah blah blah, right? I would have been fine with that, right? Because that's what I needed. That is what I need, right? So that's one of the big reasons why we give it. And even to the brands that are qualified, they've usually been so burned by contractors and agencies and all that stuff, right? That we're just trying to show to them, like, look, we're not in we're not your typical contractor. We're not an agency at all, right? We're just trying to be the number one go-to solution for like every single e-commerce brand out there, and that's what we're trying to do, right? And the way that I can prove that is, of course, if you sign up as a client and you're on um if you're on our side of it. Wow, I was thinking so fast that I couldn't even speak there. When you're on our side, you can obviously tell, right? But I'm just trying to show them everything, right? Because to be fair, when I give for free, they usually come back, right? They usually, and for some that don't, that's fine. That's just how the game works, right? But my goal is to gain their trust, right? And hopefully, everyone on my team, your questions as to why we give for free have been answered, right? Um, and now I'm gonna move on to every single potential like ecom brand owner that is watching this, or anyone from an e-commerce brand is watching this. I'm gonna talk a bit about why we do it for you, right? Which I did kind of touch on already, but I think it's so crucial because I do understand that you have been burned by contractors in the past. You have been burned by these agencies that they promise you everything, right? They're like, we will quadruple your business in 2.75 hours, which just doesn't happen, right? We jump on these first calls, which is a free mechanism walkthrough where it's like a 15, 20-minute call where I actually just get a chance to hear you out, hear out what you've experienced, hear where you're trying to take your brand, hear what your actual like bottlenecks are, your current problems in the business are, and then actually be able to give you tangible advice that will help you, right? Pretty much everyone that has watched this video has already gotten a personalized video from me. Now, that is amazing, right? That information is golden. That is good. You can go ahead and take all of that and use it, and you'll probably get a lot of good results. But here's the thing. That's me doing my best with the information that I gathered from your website or your pages, right? Whether it's a Facebook page or a page on Instagram, that's what I did, right? My best with the information that I had. But if you actually want real life-changing, brand-changing like advice, the best way to do that is to actually get on that free call where I actually get a chance to hear you out and hear your problems, not the problems that I think you have, and be able to give you the right tools, the right resources, the right information to solve those problems, right? Because I'm pretty sure we have encountered the problem um, that you're experiencing at the moment, and we probably have a solution for it. And yeah, that first call is not a sales call, right? The purpose of it is to give. First off, the purpose of the personalized video is to give as well, right? Just to be able to show you, like, look, here's a part of what we do. Here's what I think based on what I know you can do and take and be able to use right away. But the purpose of the call itself is to dive deeper into that and to be able to give you like really personalized advice based on how the conversation goes, right? And if I think it's a good fit, and based on what you've told me, if I think that it would be a good fit, and if I do think that our company can help you your brand grow, then of course I will go ahead and say, hey, would you like us to help you or kind of learn more about how we do it, right? And then we'd move the conversation over to a second call, right? But of course, it's only if you and I both think that it would be a good fit. Only then we move on to the second call, which even then you don't have to, sign a deal or send me a couple $100,000. Just like the purpose of the video is to give you value. The purpose of this channel on YouTube, which at the moment doesn't have too much traction because I'm not posting too much on here, but I'm going to start posting, is also to give you value, to answer all of your questions. The purpose of the first call, same thing, to give you super personalized advice to be able to do that, right? And then of course we jump onto it, right? Why do we do this? Same thing that I kind of told my team earlier, right? To develop goodwill, to gain your trust over a long enough period of time, to be able to show you that the things that we tell you to do, for the people, for the 2% of people that are hyper executors, you're going to take this and you're going to do it and you're going to test it and it's going to work. And then you're going to come back to us like, yo, this worked. We trust what you do. How do I pay you? Right? So that's pretty much why, right? The selfish reason behind us giving value for free for however long it takes, whether it takes 2 days or if it takes 2 years, is simply that eventually when you're prepared, you'll automatically have us as top of your mind and you'll just come back to us, right? That's why we do it from a business standpoint, right? And also, I guess, to just have a lot of content to post everywhere to be able to generate even more traffic, right? Those are the two selfish reasons as to why I do this, right? The non-selfish ones is you're just like I told my team previously, we or me and my friends, we've been in situations where I wish that I had someone to just give me free stuff, and then I could pay them back eventually, right, by becoming a paying client. And the goal of this is just, I just love to give. Like, I'm always handing out different books to my friends. I'm always giving them advice. If they have a question, I sit down with them for an hour and just help them through the whole thing, right? That's just kind of like who I am. So not only will shooting these videos give me more practice about how to shoot videos, but it'll also actually help a lot of people, and it could be you as well, right? So it should just to generate as much goodwill as I possibly can, to build trust with you, to put my money where my mouth is, and to be able to show you that, look, we gave you this, you used it, it worked. So just imagine what we could do for you, right? We could pretty much guarantee you the dream without you having to do anything more, right? But that's pretty much why. That's all I want to comment on, right? Because the more goodwill I build, and then eventually, from a business standpoint, I will have to make the ask, right? I will have to put out an offer. I will have to do something to keep the business going, right? And so, the more trust I gain from you, the more goodwill that I build, the bigger the ask I can make, right? And hopefully by that time, you've actually implemented the things that I've talked about, and it has helped you, right? So I just wanted to jump on here because I've been getting a lot of questions about that. A lot of e-com brands that we talk to say it's too good to be true. It's really not. It's really not. Unfortunately, because of the space of advertising and contractors and agencies, it probably is too good to be true, because they do promise you the moon and they can't deliver for jack. But we're actually, the promises we're making, we only make when we think we can do it, or when we absolutely know we can do it, right? So that's the point of that first call, is to kind of get a sense of where you are. If we think we can help you, we'll make a promise that you can't say no to. And then, of course, if you still think it's a good idea, we can move forward. If you don't, that's fine, right? Even if you're not qualified on that first initial call, that first free mechanism walkthrough call, and even after, I kind of say that we can help you, and if you don't want to move forward, that's fine. We'll still hand over a few key things that will help you based on the answers that you gave us, right? So once again, the purpose of that call is to give you personalized advice in detail about your specific business situation. And if we think we can help you, and we just know that we can knock it out of the park, then of course I'd be like, hey, I think that that our company and your brand will be the perfect fit. And if you're open to a more longer format call, then we can move this conversation over to a second call, right? But I will never pitch you. I'll never even put that little thing out there if I don't think that we can knock it out of the park for you, right? But if you jump on that call and you're not interested, or we don't think we can help you, or you're just not qualified, we'll still give you the resources, the tools, the information, the knowledge to be able to build your brand by yourself, right? To basically copy our frameworks and mechanisms into your own business without needing our help. Now, of course, I'm going to say that we developed those frameworks, right? So it's obvious that we would do it the best. But that doesn't mean that you still can't see success with those, right? If you do it yourself. But, with that being said, hopefully this video made sense. It was informative to my team, as well as any other e-com brand owner that is watching this, or anyone that is affiliated to an e-commerce brand. I hope you enjoyed this. My name was KV, is KV. I'm the founder of LaunchX Digital, and hopefully that, once again, that this was helpful. If you are an e-com brand, go ahead, click the link down below, book in that free mechanism walkthrough call that I've been talking about. And I can promise you, you won't regret it. You won't walk away from that call without something tangible to use, right? And I promise it's not a sales call, like I've been saying. The purpose of that call is just to have a talk, right? Just to see if we as people connect, and if we as businesses can also connect. If we can't, that's perfectly fine as well. will give you things that you'll need to take your business to the next level, right? So once again, hope you enjoyed the video. This was KV. If you're an e-com brand owner, click the link down below, book in that free mechanism walkthrough with me. And yeah, I'm hoping to speak to you very, very soon. Cheers.